What's up, Knicks Nation? Welcome to the Blue and Orange Brunch. So the Knicks have some pretty big news ahead of tonight's game and things that can help impact their future. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. What's going on with the Knicks offense? I thought that we solved these problems, but clearly these things continue to rear their ugly head. We also talk about the bench problem and how that correlates to our captain, Jalen Brunson. We'll discuss and get to the bottom of it and really get to the and really see if there's some solutions that we can come up with. I just say it like that. Some interesting things there. We'll also talk about the schedule, and how it impacts us and our other conference rivals. We'll get down to the bottom of the playoff race as well. A lot of people feel as though the Knicks can just get their mojo in the postseason. We'll discuss whether or not the Knicks' final stretch, how important it is in terms of playoff seeding. Also, we got a game tonight against the Utah Jazz. Oh, boy. Yeah. This game is an important game, not because we are in necessarily a must-win scenario, but I have a premise that will double down on the fact that why the Knicks have to win this game, and they better win this game. We're going to talk about all these things on this episode of the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. Big time salute. Welcome to the channel. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. And I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Man, you know the vibes. Tell a friend that we live, man. Big time welcome to the show. I'm hoping that you guys are having a phenomenal day. Okay, it is game day, even though it's not a big game. We'll take it. I want to give a big time salute to everybody in the building. All right. And first things first, we got to make sure we start the show by smashing that like button. It's very important and integral to the algorithm that we continue to smash the like button. All right. And of course, on this channel, we have a 100 likes minimum. And it's not to be confused with the maximum, right? I'm going to give a big time salute to my man, Mellow Mike, in the building. New York City, salute to you. AP in the place to be. Also, my man, FS Wisdom in the house. Great to see you, man. Yeah, we definitely got a lot to talk about. Now, as always, we're cooking with hot grease. So smash that like button as you enter. Also, while you're at it, you might as well subscribe, because we know that in the last 28 days, that 60+% of you guys are not subscribed. So we need you guys to help us close the gap. And all you have to do is subscribe and join the movement. Big time salute to those that already have done it. All right. Very important that we get it done. And we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, where we have this cool Jalen Brunson rookie card giveaway. All we have to do is reach the 5K mark, and you can help us get there by subscribing. And guess what? There's no emails, no phone numbers. All you have to do is subscribe to win this card. Okay? So hopefully you guys are having a great day. All right, as I kick my camera, my fault. Definitely tonight it's going down. We will be doing a level-headed Knicks talk. I think we have to revisit Mikal Bridges, okay, right before the game. Tonight game is a late game. We're on the West Coast, so probably around 7:30 we'll get that show going with Mikal. There's some things going on with Mikal, and I don't know. I just feel like I find myself kind of like having sympathy for Mikal. So I guess I'll have to explain why later. I have some sympathy for Mikal. A lot of people want to throw him under the bus. And of course, he's not playing well in terms of getting buckets and scoring. But at the end of the day, I do think that there's some other things that we could look at, and he's not the only one. All right. So like I like to do with every show. Before I do that, big time salute to my man Errol Marks. We did a nice show last night. The Knicks War Room. If you missed it, go check it out. You know, we got into some interesting topics. We talked about Mitchell Robinson. I kind of maybe I may have or may haven't, pissed off the Mitchettes, but I don't care. This is what I do on the microphone. I'm gonna keep it real all the time, whether you agree or disagree. I'm not the confirmation bias channel. I'm not just gonna be here saying the Knicks are great. The Knicks are great. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Oh, it's all right. Sometimes it ain't all right. But I do feel right now it is all right. I think that we're going to go on a major run. That was another show we did, The Turning Point. So, yeah, you definitely could go watch those shows. Those shows have great replay value. Okay, so definitely go check those shows out. And you know what? Tonight, I'll do the MVP donors as well. Big time salute to the MVP donors that are in the building. We always appreciate your support. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start this show off as we always do, by looking at last night's games. I always like to see what we did in the past and then work our way to the present. And then we'll talk more about where we are. So bam. So as we go to the NBA scoreboard, you can see some of the games last night. The Philadelphia 76ers get a much-needed win because they have been sliding and they beat up on the Memphis Grizzlies, even though nobody gives a damn about that. The Philadelphia 76ers sure do, because they're in a predicament, in a position where they have to try to make it in or stay in the top six or make it into the top six. So, and of course, the Detroit Pistons beat the Nets. Nobody gives a damn about that. I mean, we are trailing the Pistons, and, the Celtics are looking to try to make a first seed push. We're looking to try to make a second seed push. And we'll talk more about playoff standings a little bit later. But Pistons, you're banned. Okay, the Pistons fans, we're not accepting Pistons calls right now. Y'all have to call back after a loss. Okay, y'all not doing that. Y'all want to call back after we lose. Nah, we're not doing that, Detroit. Y'all not playing the game fair. We was looking out for y'all. It was crickets for a week, right? Hold on, where's my soundbite? It was crickets for a week. And we didn't hear from you guys. And now y'all want to pop up after y'all start getting some wins. Nah, it don't work like that. Y'all not playing the game. Your troll game is kind of weak, man. So come back after a loss. I'll let you back up. If we get the 3 Detroit people to call after a loss, we'll get you back up here, all right? And then the Miami Heat, this game made history. The Miami Heat last night with Bam Adebayo made history. He's the first player to score 83 points since Wilt Chamberlain. He has broken Kobe Bryant's record. Okay? And of course, it was against the Wizards, who is a team that's on our schedule. I keep telling y'all we're going on the run. We got these weak teams that we have to see. And the thing about Bam Adebayo is this, okay? Salute the brother for getting 83 points, but we're not going to act like they weren't up 20. They were up 20 when the brother had 63 points, bro. They kept him out there to break the record purposely. And I don't want to take a dump on the record. But at the same time, bro, come on, man. A lot of guys could have had 190. You know what I'm saying? But they were taking out the game because the game was over. They left him in the game, and I get it. And it's cool to witness history, but come on, bro. Like let's come on, man. What are we doing? We just stat padding for the sake of stat padding? What is this? The WWE? We want to build narratives and arcs, manufacture it. It felt a little manufactured. I didn't see the game, but I did watch the highlights. And he was dog walking. So it's like Sarr, man. I like Sarr and them guys. But man, they be dog. He need to put some weight on. He need to take the Dwight Howard approach. When Dwight Howard first came in the league, he was slim, and they were taking him in the basket and dunking on him and manhandling him. He said somebody manhandled him, so he wouldn't got his weight up, so that will never happen again. I think that's what Sarr needs to happen because Bam was just it was nasty. It was just bad. Anyway, that was that. That was the history that was set last night. The Atlanta Hawks beat the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. Nobody really gives a damn about this game, but the Hawks are trying to keep the Charlotte Hornets off their back. The Houston Rockets beat the Raptors. The Raptors, man, oh boy. You know, the Sixers are right there, not too far away. The Raptors, they can't afford much more slippage, even though they're cooked out of the way. I don't think the Raptors will win any first round matchup, but still, I think that you'd rather see, you know, well, I think they're cooked out of the way. I can't even defend Toronto. As far as the Bucks and the Suns, you know, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and you know, they're trying to make a play-in run. I think Giannis should just shut it down. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Save yourself. We don't want you to get hurt, Giannis. Save yourself for the summer because New York, we want you. Don't listen to these damn fans. The Celtics and the Spurs, this game was kind of controversial, and I'm kind of mad it went the way they did, even though Boston lost and we're in the race against them. The problem with this loss was Jaylen Brown got kicked out, I think like in the second half or the third quarter or the second quarter, something like that. Anyway, nonetheless, it was like halfway through the game. He got kicked out, and now Boston's running with this excuse that, oh, the reason why we lost the game is because Jaylen Brown was, my God, I hated that. It is what it is. I actually got to watch this game because I'm supposed to have 2 debates against fans of each one of these teams. So I'm doing my homework. You know, I'm doing my scouting. Ooh, do I got my paperwork? I don't think I got my paperwork. If I was going, oh, yeah. I'll show you something. I just started this yesterday. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you how this. I just started this yesterday. What does that say? Yeah. Celtics fact sheet. Yeah, I'm doing my homework. I'm studying, man. All right? Because when I get on this mic, I take it very seriously. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now with Boston and San Antonio. As far as the Bulls are concerned, they lost. I mean, I'm sorry, they won, sorry. And the Bulls are like, they're in no man's territory. All the Bulls could really do is hope the NBA gives them grace in the lottery and say, hey, we're going to give you guys the, you know, a top 3 pick because we know y'all tried and y'all just are not good enough to be in the playoffs. But they did get a win against the Warriors, and the Warriors continue to struggle without Stephen Curry. I'm not sure if Porzingis played this game. I could pull it up really quickly. Porzingis did not play. No, he did play. Porzingis did play. Oh, he had 17 off the bench. So, damn, they still lost with Porzingis. Oh, it is what it is. It's not my team. So, that was that game. And let's see. What was the last couple of games? We had Hornets, Trailblazers. This is a big win for the Hornets because they're trying to keep pace with the Hawks, right? And the Trailblazers, they're in that mid-range, mediocreville as well. Pacers, Kings, nobody gives a damn about that. Lakers, Timberwolves. Lakers actually edged that. The Lakers are playing better. And I don't know if LeBron played, but the Lakers are playing better, bro. I'm not going to lie. If the Lakers can defend the way they defended the Knicks, they could be a problem in the playoffs because they got the offense. The offense is spectacular. They're the #1 field goal percentage team in basketball. The problem is defense, consistency on the defensive end, and LeBron James' health. If they can rectify those 2 things, they'll be okay. Of course, we got the Knicks and the Jazz. Oh, Lord. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not spooky in the woods, but, you know, the Knicks, you know, we might smack them by 60 or we could win by 2. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Magic. This is a big game. Big game. This is a big game. Very big game. I'm curious to see what happens this game. Is Franz Wagner back? That's what I want to know. Is Franz Wagner back? He's out. Damn. Orlando's in trouble. Let me see. Ooh, looks like Mitchell is back too. Ooh, wait a minute. Allen out with the knee? Orlando got a chance. Orlando got a chance. Listen, I don't like to root for other teams, just to beat other teams that we don't like. But tonight we need Orlando to have a good game. As far as the Toronto Raptors versus the Pelicans, nobody gives a damn about that. Rockets versus the Nuggets. This is a big game for the Nuggets. I saw an article today talking about the Nuggets are struggle. The Nuggets are in a what did they say? It was a word they used to describe the Nuggets kind of free falling right now, losing and you know, big games against, you know, good teams right now. The Nuggets are struggling. So this is a game they could use to redeem themselves and try to catch up to the Rockets, as the Rockets have a 2-game lead. Kings, Hornets, nobody gives a damn about that, but the Hornets need this game. Timberwolves, Clippers, this is a big game. This is a good game. Timberwolves, Clippers, to all the League Pass people. All right, so that's all for the games. You guys know I like to get started by looking at the games and what's going on throughout the league. Big time salute to everybody who are in the building. As you guys enter the show, continue to smash that like button. It's very important to the algorithm. Do appreciate all the support, man. You guys definitely help us in the algorithm. I see my man Crim's dad in the building. Big time salute. Big time salute. Who else is in here? Big time salute to AP. Crim's dad, is Utah trying to win? Hey, Crim's dad. I'm telling you right now, Crim's dad, this game could be wacky, bro. If we could win by 60 or we could win by 2. I'm going to explain why I say that in a second. Big time salute to my man Chris dad. I see you buzzer beater in the building. All right. Continue to smash that like button, y'all. Great to see y'all in the place to be on this blue and orange brunch. And we got some more topics and things. And like I said, y'all might as well subscribe, because we know that in the last 28 days, 60% of you guys ain't subscribed either. So you might as well subscribe. As I continue the show rolling, there's going to be some interesting things today that we discuss. I want to start off, before I get to the Jazz game, I want to talk about a couple of other topics. Okay. We got to talk about the offense. Now, I don't like that the Knicks are making me look bad right now, because I told y'all I expect the offense to reemerge. I hope we still a number 3 offense, but the numbers in the rankings don't really matter. What matters is the fact that for the last 30 to 40 games, our scoring has completely diminished. We were a top 2 scoring team in basketball, averaging 120 points a game. That number dropped to 119, then to 117, then to 116. It just continues to drop. Mike Brown's supposed to be the offensive guru. He's supposed to have these offensive guys, Saint and the other brother, Gent. These guys supposed to be offensive guys. What's going on? Then the Clippers game was the first time we seen slippage defensively since the Detroit Pistons loss. I'm hoping the defense holds up. That's the last thing we need to go, because that's what's really been keeping us afloat, is the defense, not the offense. So the inconsistencies that exist, in typical Knicks fashion, they followed up a 39-point victory over the Nuggets with 2 sloppy losses. This is why I'm saying, that's part of the reason why I'm saying tonight is going to be a 60-point win or a 2-point win. It's just the inconsistency, and you don't know what Knicks team you're going to get. Now, turnovers were a major factor in each, with the Knicks logging 19 against the Clippers and 18 against the Lakers. By the way, the Lakers are not a great defense. They're mid at forcing turnovers. They're not the worst. They're mid. So we turned the ball over to a team that is mid at forcing turnovers. Man, so Knicks have an easy fix to their turnover woes, okay? On the bright side, both those numbers look like complete outliers on the season. After 2 uncharacteristic performances, New York is still just bottom 5 in team turnovers per game. Yep, that's facts. I think we're 4th on the year at 13.6. And don't forget that Toronto game as well. That was another game we turned over the ball a lot. We just blew them out, but you know, that the turnovers in that game was also bad. And but the thing about that though is Toronto typically does a good job at forcing turnovers. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for my notes. Yeah, don't tell me I lost it. Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it throughout the show. Anyway, so nonetheless, this is what we're dealing with right now. The turnovers, we gotta make sure that doesn't become something, you know. And I think part of the problem is we're passing the ball too goddamn much. To all the people who don't think the Knicks pass the ball, you're just wrong. They pass the ball. I think, and I think that's what kind of bit us in the back at the Clippers game, where everybody's looking to defer, right? Because we still had over 30 assists. Usually that's a win, most cases, but we lost that game, even though we had 30 plus assists. And a lot of those assists came off passes, you know, guys trying to find other guys making bad passes. So what do? Right? Coach said that players are leaving the feet when they had the ball in their hands was the root cause of the turnover problem. Was this a shot at Josh Hart? Because he's really the only one that really does that consistently. 18 turnovers on the road. This is not a knock on the Lakers, but they're not going to trap or double team or all that stuff. We get in the paint and we jump in the air and we turn the ball over. Was that a Josh Hart? And we talked about that too as well before when the comment was first made. I think so. I believe, I'm under the belief that Mike Brown is not allowed to call out players. I believe that there was a blowback. This is my belief. This is all speculation, y'all. All right. Hold on. Let me see. Do I got the I don't got this disclaimer on this, but look. This is my, hold on, let me jump out of here. This is what my beliefs are. I believe that the Knicks told Mike Brown to not call out individual players again. And I don't think you're going to see it again. Now, like I said, I don't got no inside track on this. I don't know nobody in the building on that, but it's just a hunch. All right. It's just a hunch. All right. Big time salute to those in the building. Continue to smash that like button. Let me get back in the research mode. Let me see. So he said, don't jump in the air. And this is the big thing, especially in tonight's game. Knicks must prove turnover troubles were flukes before the playoff, because you do not want to take these habits into the postseason. This is why I don't want to tinker too much, because you can tinker your way into a new problem. You think you're correcting the problem, but you're only exacerbating the problem. And that's what I hope that doesn't happen with this team. I think we're going to be okay. I think we got a favorable stretch of games, and I think we could win 8 out of the next 9 or 7 out of the next 2. That's not me being a fanboy. That's me looking at the schedule and just being like, yeah, I watch a lot of these teams. They're not good, bro. They got good young players, but they're not good. So I think a lot of the turnovers we're getting downhill and trying to make plays, said Brunson, but we got to be better playing off 2 feet. Obviously playing more controlled. Okay, so that's what Jalen Brunson had to say. What are you guys' thoughts about the turnovers? You know what? I'll open up the phone lines. Why not? Let's open up the phone lines. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. All right. Curious to know, what are your thoughts on, you know, some of the things we discussed? We could talk about tonight's game. I'll get to the news ahead of the game that's supposed to benefit the Knicks going forward, and talking about the benefits that this move they're making will benefit the Knicks. So call up 646-995-8389. Now is the time to call if you do want to call up and voice your opinion. All right. And the phone lines are open. All right. And now that the phone lines are open, we could also get these likes up as well. All right. Continue to smash that like button. Very important. We got to get the likes up. All right. Big time salute to my man JM3. All right. Big time salute to everybody. Killer B. Big time. I see you, Killer B. Continue to smash that like button. Friends, I also agree with that other comment you just said about the defense should make easier scoring opportunities. I hope. So while I wait for you guys to call in, I'm gonna jump into some more content stuff. All right. I want to talk about as well the bench problem. We have a bench, we have a bench issue. And I'm noticing some trends, and Mitchell Robinson load management is not helping. I know y'all don't want to hear that. But it's not just him. It's not him by himself, no. He's not the cause of all the problems. But I do think that we have a bench issue. I'm going to tell you a trend that I noticed. I'm about to pull it up right now. So this is a trend that I'm noticing with the Knicks bench. And what are we doing to address this going forward is what I'm curious to know. In the last, let's do it like this. In the last, okay, in the last 15 games, all right, y'all ready for this? In the last 15 games, or let's do 16. Let's include the Clipper game. The bench has scored more than 37 points 2 times. That was against the Denver, and that was against Philly. 2 of our big blowout wins. Every other time, the bench has not scored more than 37.5 points. Why is the 37.5 point mark important? It's important because, 1, that's the league average. 2, anytime we get more than 37.5 bench points, we're 16-5. So there is some validity in having a strong bench performance. But we haven't been getting the production lately from these guys. Shaman has been fine. Diawara has been fine. Diawara doesn't get the consistency of minutes, though, but he's been fine. And then if you're relying on Mitchell Robinson for scoring, good luck with that. Jose's shooting terribly. I love Jose. Big time salute to Jose. Brooklyn stand up. But the facts are the facts, y'all. Jose, his shooting has not been good. And I'm hoping that this little stretch of games that we have, if you want to know the stretch of games I'm talking about, because I'm looking at my calendar. I got a big calendar with all the games on it, right? So on my wall. So just so we could see it together, this is the stretch of games I'm talking about, okay? Because I think people who are like the world's ending, you're ignoring this stretch. You got Utah. This game could be a 2-point win or a 60-point loss. I mean, I'm 60-point loss. A 60-point win or a 2-point win. You got Indiana. That's a revenge tour game. Golden State is another revenge tour game. And Steph may or may not be there. Indiana again. You know, Brooklyn, Washington, Bam dropped 83 points by himself. Had 40 free throws by himself against the Washington Wizards. If you can't beat the Washington Wizards, you're not going to do nothing in the playoffs. I know there's no direct correlation between regular season success and the postseason, but if you cannot beat the Washington Wizards, you are going to be cooked. New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the Pelicans got an all right team, but you should still be able to beat them. Okay? Charlotte Hornets. Emerging. Okay. Oklahoma City. Okay. So let's say you lose Charlotte, OKC, or you lose to Golden State, OKC. Okay. But you win the rest of these games. I can't see more than 2 losses during this stretch. Can y'all see what I'm talking about? Oh, it's over. Oh, God, no. This is the time to get in your bag, Josh Hart. This is the time to get in your bag, Mikal Bridges. This is the time to get in your bag, Jose Alvarado. This is the time to get in your bag. Everybody. Town should average 30 and 15 during this stretch. By the way, I'm going to give a big time salute to Big Bodega Cat. not on the injury report. I had an article talking about him too. Let me see. It was talking about him being soft. I'll see if I get to that later. Anyway, but the bench. So Leon Rose tried to address the bench this summer. It didn't work. He got a redo at the deadline with Sohan and Alvarado, and the search for answers continue. I like that starting with Leon Rose because he's a guy that no one really talks about. No one really talks about him. You know, is this another failed attempt? We've seen Jose have some success, but was it short-lived? Will Jose get back to where he was at? I pray he does, but what happens if he doesn't? What does that say about Leon Rose, moves and ability to make this team better this season? We've seen him do it in the past, but what about this season? This season is where we're supposed to have the championship focus. So, I'm a little concerned about the bench. Not about us, but the bench is a little concerning to me. I don't know what's going on with my chat. YouTube is just terrible. I'm trying to see my chat right now. Okay, no, it's good. Okay, yeah, YouTube, we love you. I got it back. Okay, but so check this out. Latest development: 4-game slump, depletion of minutes for Alvarado, the newly acquired point guard who didn't score a point in back-to-back losses against the Clippers and the Lakers. No one ever talked about that. Now, I didn't do a smoke and fire show for the Clippers, but I hadn't heard no one talk about Alvarado's performance, okay, in terms of not scoring any buckets. It was inconsequential towards the result. Kolek couldn't make an impact. How could Kolek make a goddamn impact with just playing 2 minutes? That's why I don't want Mike Brown to play more guys, because he's going to do stuff like that. You get 2 minutes and you get 3 minutes and you get 5 minutes and no. Play the man a 5-minute stretch. 2 minutes, 3 minutes is not enough, bro. So, and then he puts these guys in these situations that's just, Anyway. So Sunday's loss to the Lakers, the offense is shambles, right? Alvarado played 1 minute in the second half. He rolled with Jordan Clarkson. Brunson played the entire second half against the Lakers on the first night of a back-to-back. And then you expect him to come out the next night and deliver. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 2 seconds. Because we talked about, we did a show. I can't remember what show it was. We talked about Jalen Brunson's minutes, and it just really wasn't, it just really looked like Coach Tibbs. Like in the last 2 games, I know for sure, off the top of the head, he played 40 minutes in the last 2 games in a back-to-back scenario. 42 minutes against the Lakers, 38 minutes against the Clippers. What's the difference between that and Coach Tibbs? That's the same thing Coach Tibbs has done. You know what I've yet to see Mike Brown do? What he said he would do, and this is how I hold you accountable. I go by the things you say you're going to do and whether or not you do it. He said that, I'm going to pull the guys out at the end of games. I'm not going to chase 20-point games. I haven't ever seen him do that until like the very last bit of stretch. I've never seen him at the 6, 7, 8 minute mark pull everybody out. And if he did do it, it might have been once or twice. Them guys are out there working hard, even on back-to-back nights. Let me see if I could get this. So, trying to think if it was a 6 games or 5 games. Let's see. Let's do 5. In the last 5 games, Jalen Brunson's averaging 37.8 minutes. Isn't that the same amount of minutes that Josh Hart averaged when he won the minutes award? Hello, caller. State your name. Let the people know where you're calling from. Can you hear me, caller? How's it going, family? Can you hear me now? Turn down your background. Turn down your background. I don't think he can hear me. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, this is Lord Supreme calling from the Bronx. Let's talk Knicks a little bit. I'm listening to you.
Turn your background down as well, all right?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you still hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh, hold on.
I'm here.
Seconds.
Can you hear me?
Hold on. You can hear me now, right?
I can hear you now, brother.
Okay. We good. We good. I'm going to fix that. What's going on, family? You said you heard some things I was saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I heard some things you were saying about the bench. And, you know, I agree with you. I've been saying that myself. I think that we got a good bench, but they're not actually getting enough time to get into the game, you know, at certain points. Right. I feel that, like you say, 2 minutes of a player coming off the bench, give him a good 5 minutes to get in so he can feel the game, feel his position and spot, you know, because, you know, the game is moving fast. And, you know, watching the game, then you jump in the game and be a part of it. It's like a calibration. You know, I think that putting people in, taking them out, putting them in, taking them out, taking them in, that's too much, man. You got to give somebody a chance to play the game. If you're a player, you got to play, not pick like that. And I think that's an issue that we need to take a good look at because, you know, a game should have a flow. Right. You know, everybody, you know, you should be able to just move with the game and put the right people in off the bench at the right time. Right. You know, there's going to be good days and bad days because we are human beings, but we got to take it, you know, game by game. I think the coach is a good coach, but I think that there's always room for improvement, not just with the coach, but the players as well, because they're tired. You know, sometimes you can tell the way they play, they're tired, so they're getting a lot of work in. But you know, the New York Knicks is a great team. They got potential for this NBA title this year, and I think you got a good show, brother. Keep it going. Peace.
Thank you, family. I appreciate it.
No doubt about it.
Big time. Call you Lord Supreme. I got you.
No doubt.
All right. It's my man Lord Supreme from the Bronx. I hope the background was down because I kind of heard it still, but I'm glad he was feeling what I was saying. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like you could just see it. Like we talked about it. Even he admitted, like, yo, the lineups could be better. And then he goes back. Like you always resort back to like the stuff that you did. You know, like it's just like muscle memory. You know, I'm gonna go back to putting guys in 3 minutes at a time, and that's the one thing I like about Coach Tibbs more than Mike Brown. That he's not going to, when the going is rough, completely abandon what actually worked at a period of time just because it's not working in this moment. And then because when you do that sometimes, like, all right, perfect example. Like let's stick to where we are. So we've seen how inefficient and ineffective it was playing multiple guys 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So the game is going wrong. He wants to go back to that because he thinks that, well, this is not working. Let me go back to what didn't work. See, Coach Tibbs didn't do that. Now, yes, Coach Tibbs didn't make much adjustments like Mike Brown. I give it to him. Mike Brown is the adjustment king. I'm not saying that Mike Brown doesn't make adjustments. Sometimes I feel like you're just too, you know, you could be married. I think he's married to a system that may not be the most beneficial for us as a team. And you're trying to institute philosophy. Because, look, I'm watching the game, right? I know exactly how Mike Brown wants to play. That's why Josh Hart thrives when he does. The problem with Josh Hart right now is he's not shooting the three ball well. Besides that, Josh Hart's playing really good, right? And then, of course, he makes some bad turnovers, but As long as Josh Hart stays within 2 turnovers, I'm not too mad. But he gets more than 2 turnovers, that's when I'm like, hey, Josh, what the hell are we doing? You know he's going to do at least one thing crazy a night. That's what Josh Hart does. But the one thing that I like about Hart is that he pushes the pace no matter what. Ooh, Steph Curry's going to miss another 10 days, y'all. Breaking news from Shams. Breaking news from Shams. Steph Curry is going to miss another 10 days. We played them on the 22nd. Okay, so where we are, we're at the 12th. So more than likely, because we played them on the 15th, not the 22nd. So yeah, he's gonna miss that game. So no Steph Curry when we see the Warriors again. Another reason why we should win that game. Okay, I just got the news breaking, but damn, I lost the Shams messed me up with the news. Anyway, that's all the point that I'm trying to say, that he's willing to go back to. He has philosophies that don't fit this team, right? Josh Hart runs, right? Josh Hart runs. Brunson doesn't run, bro. Brunson, sometimes he bring up the ball, it's like he's taking his time. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is Brunson just not going fast? Like, when you get that rebound, you got to be out. You know why he's not going fast? Going right back to this article. His minutes is up. See that? This is what Josh Hart was playing. 37.8 in the last 5 games. That's Josh Hart for the season right there last year. His minutes are going up. His points have not gone up. So where's the outrage for Jalen Brunson? This is a big drop. This is a -6. Jalen Brunson's averaging 26 points a game. He's down to 20 a game. Okay? So to bring it back to this article here. Where was I? I was here. Instead of playing Jordan Clarkson and a heavier dose of Brunson, I thought Jose was struggling a bit, so I threw Tyler out there to see if we could get something from him. You see that? I threw Tyler out there so we could see if we could get something from him, similar to me throwing Jordan Clarkson out there. And what did they both give you? If you're going to throw them out there, give them the 5-minute stretch. Don't just give them 2 minutes and 3 minutes. And yeah, we're going to take you out because you're on a short leash. I don't like that, bro. Like, to me, it's not effective. It's definitely not effective. Let me see if there's anything else in here I want to discuss. I don't really care about the Kolek quote. Let me see. The Kolek. Yeah, I don't care what Kolek had to say. Anyway, the bench problem is a big problem. What do you got to say about that? And I could give you some of the totals straight out of the 82 Nights Club because I keep track of that. This is one thing I know I'm on top of because, the bench was a big strength of the Knicks at the start of the season. And now, 16-5, still a strength. But if we only scored 37.5, more than 37.5 points in the last 16 games, you have a serious bench problem. And now you're leaning on the starters more. I don't want to go out completely out the window because I think we got a good stretch of games coming. But it just makes me think, I'm sorry, was Coach Tibbs right? I'm sorry. Was he right? This roster is just not it. That's why I only played 6-7 guys. Anyway, continue to smash that like button, y'all. Continue to smash that like button. All right, we got to get the likes up. All right, we know we do 100 likes minimum, not the maximum. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Uh-oh, I see AP in the building. Big time salute to AP, my man Mellow Mike. All right. Is Detroit in the building? Listen, we got a ban on Detroit. Don't block them from the chat, though. Don't block. We don't got to block them. But y'all not allowed to call. Y'all got to call after a loss. I got to get 3 Detroit people to call after a loss before y'all could come back. I'm sorry, number 9, but you on the list, too. I don't want to hear from Detroit, man. Y'all got to get some wins. Continue to smash that like. Y'all got to get a loss and then call with the same energy. All right, because y'all be wanting to call after we lose. And I'm like, yo, that's not fair, bro. Like, we need to be able to get our licks in, too. Yeah, I don't rock with that. We ain't see y'all in a week's time. Continue getting the likes up, though. 100 likes is the minimum, not the maximum, okay? Let's see where else I want to go. Yeah, keep the calls coming as well. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. We did get some news. I'm going to get to that in a second. We did get some news today. What we could do now is I'm going to touch on some elements from the game. Jordan Clarkson has some things to say about returning to Utah tonight. This is his first game back, of course. This is a big deal. Hold on, give me 2 seconds, y'all. Yeah, hello? Oh, I said hello like I was on the phone. No, you know what it is? Max has whatever she's listening to me and it's mad loud and I can hear it and it's throwing me off. It's like I'm listening to myself while I talk. Yeah, that's the worst. If you have to anybody who's ever done music, like that's always a throw. Like you don't want to hear your voice while you're recording. That's just throws you off. Anyway, let me see. All right, cool. So let me go here. Let me go here. Kyle. Jordan Clark. Hold on, no. I got the wrong one. Let me get the right article. Jordan Clarkson, he has some things to say in his return to Utah. Do you think that Mike Brown does the honorable thing and allow Jordan Clarkson to play? Do you think he does that? Clarkson spent more than 5 seasons in Utah and enjoyed the most productive stretch of his career, including winning 6th Man of the Year award, and we can't figure out how to use this guy. Okay, let me get back into research mode. And we can't figure out how to use this guy. This guy was 6th Man of the Year in Utah, and he can't get no burn in New York. Now, granted, this is supposedly a better team, but right now your offense is struggling, your bench is struggling. Why don't we just put Jordan Clarkson out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we want defense. I get it. Listen, I know we want defense. I know we need defense. I know defense is important, but you can't score, dog. Y'all not getting no buckets, bro. Do y'all want to hear the points? I think that's what I was going to do. Do y'all want to hear the points from the bench in the last couple of games? I'm going to give it to you. 27. Then we had 55. That was against Denver. That was a good night. Then we had 26, 31, San Antonio, 37, Milwaukee. That's probably one of the best during this stretch besides the 55, 27, 30. Then we had 72 against Philadelphia. That was incredible, right? But then 18, 33, 36, 33, like not consistent in the high 30s. We spent some time in the 20s and the low 30s, but the average bench score is 37.5. We can't look at 30 points like that's good. It's not. That is below, that's bottom 20. We need to get our bench points in the 40s, high 30s. That's where it needs to be. We're not hitting those marks. And maybe Jordan Clarkson, this is why I talked about it last night. Should we consider, this is why I proposed the question last night, should we add Jordan Clarkson back to the rotation because the offense is not good? Maybe we just got too much damn defense. I don't know. But let's see. All right, he spent more than 5 seasons, right? This is what he had to say. I ain't coming in expecting anything, honestly. And if I was him, I wouldn't expect anything either. A lot of people made expectations on my arrival and what I could do and what I've done my whole career, but I'm not knowing anything. I came here with an open canvas. I just knew one goal and what we wanted to do, and that's to win. All right. So talking to Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson before this, we never talked about anything but winning. We're trying to get a goal done. You know what? Big time salute to Jordan Clarkson on that because while I do think that he's disgruntled with the coaching and not performing and not playing, I don't think he has an issue with the players. I also really do think that he came here with the assumption that he's not going to get the usual time that he will get. So I do think that, Jordan Clarkson's he's kind of good with it to a degree. Of course, he wants to play. We're not saying that the brother doesn't want to play, but I do think that he figured that he won't be getting as much. And I do believe that he believes this team could win the championship, and that's why he signed. If we were just winning and the offense, or not just winning, but if the offense didn't regress the way it did, I wouldn't be calling for Jordan Clarkson. But Jordan Clarkson, he's sitting down. He gets put in during critical points in the game. And then we're expecting him to make a miracle. It shouldn't have to work that way. What say you? 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion, all right? The phone lines are open. And before I do take your calls, I do got to let you guys know about Game Night, the playoff edition, all right? It's out now. We're taking pre-orders. And you want to know something crazy about the playoffs? Years from now, we remember the moments, the shots, the comebacks, the rivalries, but we forget the details. That's exactly why I created Game Night, the playoff edition. It's a postseason journal where you can track every series, write your predictions, document game experience, and record the entire playoff run. So instead of just watching history happen, you can actually document it. If you want one, you can check the link in the description. The link is also in the screen, linktree/TheObjectiveFan. You can place your order there now. Pre-orders are open. We also have free shipping. And it's on sale. And it'll arrive at your house right before the playoffs begins. All you have to do is hit the link tree. And basically the playoff edition to this, the 82-night series, where you could document history, all right? Now, I think I figured it out, y'all, because it was a mystery. I think I figured it out. So I have a theory that, because I still hear myself, right? So I know it's not Maxine. I think it's my son. I think my son is watching me right now, and he's by the door with the phone. And it's throwing me off a little bit, but I got to deal with it because I think it's him. Okay, he's very crafty with like electronics. Like this dude, he might be a computer engineer. Like this dude, he's very crafty. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's him because she didn't respond. She would have responded if that was her. But anyway, let me keep it pushing as you guys, you call in. All right. 646-995-8389. Voice your opinion. We're talking about a whole lot of topics. Okay. We got the Knicks offensive crisis. Why isn't it solved? Or you could give your solutions as well. We could talk about the bench problem and Jalen Brunson. He's getting way more minutes. Jordan Clarkson has some things to say. Will Mike Brown do the right thing and let this guy play? I'm curious to know. I still got my breakdown of the Knicks Jazz game. That is definitely coming in a second. I'm going to tell you why I believe that this game would either be a big time blowout or it will be a 2-point win for the Knicks. I don't see a world where we lose, but hey, stranger things have happened. So, nothing in life is guaranteed, and I'm not even going to guarantee to win tonight. I need to see this game, how this game play out. They're not going to have me coming on here eating crow. By the way, tonight we should also be doing a level-headed Knicks talk before the game. I want to talk about Mikal Bridges again. I know you're going to be like, why Mikal again? But there's some things I think that people are not considering about Mikal Bridges. And And we got to talk about that. So we'll talk about that a little bit later tonight, right before the game. Tonight's a late start for the game. I think the game starts at 9 o'clock. And continue to get those likes up as well, y'all. Let me see who's in the building. Uh-oh, Bridges is wait. I knew it. See, I know how to get you Knicks fans. I know how to get you Knicks fans, man. Y'all thinking that y'all like, nah, Bridges is bad. It's funny, Bridges is bad, but Brunson is down -6 in the last 6 games, and no one's saying nothing about it. No one's saying nothing about it. Brunson's averaging 26 on the season. He's playing more minutes. Mikal's getting at least, hold up. Continue to smash that like button once again. See, this is why you guys can't say, I'm a fan of nobody. I'm bigging one guy up. Oh, you always defend Brunson. Oh, this. Now, I'm putting Brunson ass on the hot seat. All right? And I'm like, well, Brunson has a bigger drop than Mikal. Right? But we want to talk about only Mikal. What about Brunson? Nobody wants to talk about that. You know, but Mikal's minutes are also down. He's down to 30 minutes a game. Brunson's minutes is up to 37.8 a game. Your minutes go up, but your points go down. No one has anything to say about that. Towns' numbers are up. OG's numbers are up. Hell, even Josh Hart's numbers are not that bad. Only thing bad about Josh Hart is the 3-point percentage. So to all the people that keeps talking about Hart needs to go to the bench, I mean, Hart is not that bad, to be honest. He's not. Hart is not really the problem. You know what I'm saying? 8.6 rebounds. His assists are down. Okay, we take that. But his turnovers are also down. But his minutes are also down. So, like, you got to factor these things into the equation. You know, sometimes we got to look at things a little bit, you know, just a little bit more level-headed. But we'll talk more about Mikal Bridges tonight. All right? Continue to smash that like button. What I touch on, I want to touch on the news. So the Knicks got some news, and like I'm like, okay, how is this going to benefit the Knicks? Is this just, but they're saying that this partnership will benefit the Knicks. And so we got to talk about it. So I'm going to go back into research mode. So Blue Air is named the official air care partner of the New York Knicks. I'm not sure what Blue Air is. If you guys know what Blue Air is, this was the announcement today. Okay. Naming a global leader in wellness, the official air care partner with the New York Knicks. Okay. Blue Air will integrate its products into the Knicks training center, bringing its air wellness technology directly to the facility. Blue Air emphasizes how controlling your conditions is essential and supports readiness and performances at a high level, at its highest level. As part of the collaboration, the collaboration, here we go. Blue Air will integrate, that was a joke, by the way, relax. Blue Air will integrate across the Knicks digital ecosystem, including becoming the presenting partner of a series of on-game days on the Knicks social channel titled Game On. Bringing the partnership in arena, the brand will be featured in in-arena contests and will have a dedicated activation space during Knicks regular season home games. So MSG, Doug Josem, Executive Vice President of Global Sports and Entertainment Partnerships, MSG Entertainment, right, from MSG, but that's the, whatever, official title. Anyway, we're excited to partner with Blue Air to collaborate on creative ways to engage our fans across multiple platforms. That's what he said. We're incredibly proud of our partner, the Knicks. We're incredibly proud to partner with the New York Knicks. This is what Blue Air had to say. Through its first-of-kind designation, the Knicks represent elite performance at the highest level, and we believe performance begins with the conditions you create. Through this partnership, we're helping athletes and fans control their conditions, supporting focused recovery, and well-being, whether at the training center or at home. So they got some facilities that's supposed to help with training. Mitchell Robinson, supposed to help with conditions. And so that, this is supposed to be some innovative stuff going on here. So I guess big time salute to the Knicks for securing this deal. They were making a big deal about this, I guess. And so it's supposed to help, the Knicks with their training as well. And even outside of this training at home. So that's interesting. Blue Air's brand will also present at Knicks regular season home games at the Garden through LED ribbon signage and courtside LED signage through non-nationally televised Knicks regular season home games. Aha! Okay. Through their partnership, Blue Air will elevate awareness on how clean, fresh air helps create conditions for focus, recovery, and everyday advantage. I will say, getting an air purifier is everything. I don't have one, but I need to get one. I heard some really great things about it. So, hey, maybe this will make the Knicks, more dynamic. What you got to say about that? Knicks make it more. And this is a part of the reason why they want to make the split with the Rangers, because I think this deal is just for the Knicks. I don't think the Rangers are included in this. So what happens is, when it was all together, then Blue Air would have had to come in for the Rangers too. But what if Blue Air's like, I don't want the Rangers. I just want to do the Knicks. Separate, and it makes it easier to work with just the one company. That's why they did. That's why Dolan said that they split the Knicks and Rangers into their own entities instead of putting them together. So Blue Air is supposed to make a difference. It's supposed to make this grand change. What say you? Call up and let me know. 646-995-8389. What's going on, Joe? AC, where are we going? Talk to me, family.
Yo, how we doing, man?
Hey, man, it's a beautiful day.
Salute.
Hey, big time. So we want to talk about? We got a lot of topics, man.
What we talking about? What's the topic you got for me?
We got the game tonight. We got the bench problem and why Jalen Brunson's getting minutes like he's playing for Coach Tibbs. The offensive regression. Where you want to go, man?
It's funny you bring up Tibbs because I think of he used to talk about taking care of the basketball. He was always about turnovers. That was like his main thing.
Right.
I would really like to see how many turnovers we had in the very last game that he coached, that Pacers playoff game. Because you know what I'm saying?
I pull it up
to compare, that game with the most recent game that we had. Not that I'm being a Tibbs apologetic or anything. But hey, listen, man. Tonight we really need to come out hot. We need to move the basketball. We need to take care of the ball. We need to make sure that everyone's filling a role. And tonight with the bench problem that you're talking about with Mikal Bridges, I think he needs to go there. I think the first thing you're going to look at when this game comes on tonight, and if you see that starting lineup, then you got to see if Mikal Bridges is in it.
Wow.
Listen, man. Wow. If he's not going to show up, he's going to give us 0 points. What are we going to do? Listen, I've been a big fan of Sohan. I know a lot of people don't like him, but there's some intangibles that we got to see if this kid's got. We got to see if this kid's a good passer. We got to see if this kid can be a lob threat. We got to see if this kid can play some defense. This team is in dire need of some facilitation. We need someone to move the basketball. We need the hockey pass. We need the hockey assists. We need the 1-2-3 punch, drive into the lane, spray it out to the open man. It's all about collapsing the defense, man. It's really, once you get into that lane and that defender moves, that's when you drop that ball off and then easy scores. I want to see easy buckets. Buckets tonight. That's how we win. And like I said, we bring down the turnovers and we pull up the assists. That's our, like I said, anywhere between 26 and 30 assists I want to see tonight, minimum. So.
Well, we had that the last game too, though. We had like 30-something assists. We still got cooked. And a lot of it was on bad passes. But, no, the assist usually works, right? It usually works. It's just By the way, I got the stat on the screen too with Tibbs and those guys. So they had 18 turnovers in that
Oh,
that last
yeah.
game you're talking about. And
Okay.
yeah, so
Hey, listen, man. The last game we just lost, we had 19. So we did have the assist, but we're turning the ball over. It doesn't matter at that point. You know, we
but
gave the other
overall
team
we've
20.
been good. To be fair, we've been good
Oh
overall.
yeah,
To be
we
fair.
have. We have been good overall. I just want to see more. I want to see more ball movement because it's important, man. You know,
Mm.
we want to get everybody involved. We need people to be on their A game, man. Like bounce it right around the corner. So,
Yeah.
we got to get
I hear you.
get good habits. So,
I hear you. I hear you. The one thing I would say though, the ball has been moving, brother. I'm sorry. We've top 10 in assist percentage in like the last 25 games. The ball is moving.
10
I think the problem
seconds.
is they just not hitting their shots. So it's shots are not falling, bro. You know,
yeah, I just think if we take better care of the basketball, we'll be all right tonight. That's just all I'm saying. But thanks for taking my call,
yeah.
man. I appreciate it. Salute.
Yo, Joe, you're 100% right about that, and I'm gonna show y'all why in a second. You're right about that. Big time salute.
All right, man. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. Yeah, turnovers will be a major key for tonight's game. Yeah, we gotta protect the basketball. Yeah, Utah is one of the first off. All of the bad teams are so weird. They're so weird because I don't think I've watched as much a variety of basketball as I'm watching now. What I mean is, I probably watched at least 10 games for all 30 teams. Yeah. Meaning like the Sacramento Kings, I watched 10 Sacramento King games at the very minimum. Like I've watched every single team. So I know exactly what they do. Now, some teams I haven't watched in a while, and you got injuries, so there may be some things you don't know. But at the same time, I pretty much know what every team is trying to do. And these teams, boy, I feel like they have so much talent. The talent level in the NBA is so high from a talent perspective. It's like young guy. Like you got a team like these bad teams have good young players. The Washington Wizards, you're not telling these kids to tank. They're going hard, man. I watched it, I watched a lot of Washington games by default because it's like every time I do a scouting report, they're on it. They're playing against the team that I'm scouting. It's the wackiest thing, but they have been, they got some really good young talent, and sometimes that young talent is good enough to win games just off the them percolating that night. So that's why I say tonight's game could be a 60-point blowout. No exaggeration. Seriously, I'm dead serious. Or it could be a 2-point win. Seriously, the extremes are that paramount. It's like realistically, these could be the two alternatives. So I'm curious to see which Knicks team show up. And does the defense hold up? Because this is a team, they're jacking it up. They don't care. They jacking them up. The question is, will they hit it at a high rate? All right. Big time salute to everybody in the building. I see you guys. Oh my God. We hate Mikal Bridges. I know. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh man, the comments is funny. Big time salute to everybody in the comments. Continue to smash that like button. By the way, I know a lot of you guys are at work right now, and you can't call in. So definitely send in a donation and I will treat it in place of a call. You can send a Cash App, Super Chat, Linktree, whatever you prefer. And I will treat it in place of a call. Because I know you guys are working on the move. And that's why I do the show, because I want to help you guys get through your day, And I always like to have a good program to listen to get me through my night activities if I'm not listening to a game or if I don't got a game on. So I understand. I can talk about the schedule as you guys call in. You guys can keep the calls coming. I do want to talk about this, and this is another thing that why I'm so optimistic, and why I'm saying like, hey y'all, we should not lose sight of second place. Don't think that second place is out of reach. All right? Don't believe the hype. Don't listen to Stephen A on that. All right? So let's see how the schedule could impact 3 playoff teams. I don't care about the West Coast. We're on the East Coast, so we'll just skip that. But Eastern Conference 2 seed, right? In the East, you have the Celtics, Knicks, and Cavs. They're all bunched up. All right. Projected record for the Celtics, 53-29, 53% chance of being a top 2 seed. The remaining strength of schedule is the hardest. And the number of tanking teams they're only going to face 2. All right. They have the hardest schedule remaining. BPI and Tatum is back. Okay. Now, how will the look continue? Did you guys see the game last night? How did that look to you? I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I am going to watch it, but I saw the replay, but I didn't get a chance to really watch a condensed game. But we still got to see. That's why I keep telling y'all: do not crown nobody. No, it's too early to be crowning people and saying, "Oh, this team is the best in the East," and da 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 da. Yes, they got the best differential, but that don't mean nothing right now because the season isn't over. Let's see what happens when the season finishes. Give the Knicks a shot. And this article will tell you why. Okay? Now, we don't know how he'll fit in. Number 2 in the East is really assuming that he'll come back close to where he's been, a top 15 player. If he's at that level, the medical staff did a great job, right? But they got these guys, Hugo Gonzalez and Vujicic and Garza. In the postseason, I don't see him. I'm not in research mode. And you know what? Let me see if I could. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me fix this so y'all can see it clearly. Okay, bet. This is where I'm at. All right. Yeah, now you can see it clearly. So yeah, they've done a great job, in the Tatum questions, right? They got some critical games, and the most critical game is against us on April 9th. So I'm setting up the debate with the Celtics guy, right? And I got to reach back to him. I've just been super busy. I'm trying to think, should we do it the day before the game? Or is that too much time? Or should we do the Celtics debate before that? I'm going to reach out to him to see, but I'm still debating on whether or not we should do it the day before the game. So it's build up in anticipation towards the game. Yeah, I got to say, I'm going to talk to Maxine about that. All right. And then you got the New York Knicks. Now, look at this. The Celtics is projected to be 53-29. The Knicks are predicted to be 53-29. How does that make you feel? So all my people from last season, last year's team was better. Oh, look at that. How do you feel about this? They got you finishing with the same record as the Boston Celtics. And if you win the game on April 9th, you will have home court advantage, meaning that you will become the second seed. This is what they're projecting for you. You know why? Because the strength of schedule is the 24th hardest. You still got 6 tanking teams that you will face, and one of them tonight, and the other one on Friday. You have a chance to gain ground on Boston. To all the people who saying, oh, yeah, we're not going to catch Boston. We might as well drop to the 4th seed. Huh? No. You got to keep your foot on the gas. Don't allow 2 losses to make you think the season's over. That's that Stephen A. Smith stuff. We don't do that on this channel. We look at the big picture. We analyze what's happening across the league. That's why I like to look at the scores from last night. Because all of those games matter. And all of those games somehow impacts us. whether it be the Celtics, the Cavs, whether it be who's going to be our opponent, whether it be Washington, who has our pick, who they're going up against, or they like all these games are matter. That's why I always read out the games from around the league. Okay? So what hurts the Knicks the most, the fact that their fan base thinks they're title favorites after every win, and that they should trade every guy on their roster except Jalen Brunson, which is, I don't understand why he's untouchable. I mean, I get it, but I mean, anybody can go. That's the reality. I don't want to see Brunson traded right now, but anybody can go. But yeah, y'all want to trade everybody after a loss. ESPN called y'all to a T. That's exactly who you are. I do where there's smoke, there's fire. We lose, you want to trade everybody. We win, we're going to win the championship. That's just the polarity that exists. Hold on, I do got another call. Let me take this call. All right. What's going on, caller? State your name. Let the people know where you're calling from, family.
Khalil. I'm calling from Queens, New York.
Big time. Khalil from Queens, man. Big time. I still got your caller ID name. That's why I wanted to make sure I had the right name. All right, what's going on, family? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to say that I did a little bit of research, and and one of the barometer that I use for if a team is a contender is focusing on their road record. And
okay.
And then I stated before that the Knicks road record is not necessarily respectable right now, but the upcoming schedule can definitely make it better. We have teams. We have games against the Jazz, the Pacers, the Brooklyn Nets, Hornets, OKC, and then Houston. All of them are winnable games.
All winnable.
Yes, and want to reiterate that generally, a respectable over the last 30 years, only a handful of teams had a barely above 500 road on a road to go to the finals, and only two of them won. Only two of them won. The 99 Knicks, where they were 11-14 in a short season. The 2006 Heat, they won a championship. They were 22-19 on the road. The 2018 Cavs, they were 21-20 and they went to the finals. The 2021 Bucks, they won a title. They were only 20-16 on the road. And then you got the Pacers last year. They wasn't. I don't necessarily consider them a contender, but they got hot and they were 21-20 on the road. So I just want to say that I think I'm optimistic. I agree with you. I think I'm optimistic with the Knicks' chances of I think they're gonna get closer to a respectable record on the road, and I think they would. And I think on a micro standpoint, you could point out a lot of bad things about the Knicks, but they can be corrected. They can be rectified from this point to the end of the season. But from a from a micro standpoint, from a bigger standpoint, we still good. We still going to the playoffs. We still healthy. That's the key word. We still healthy. And I want to say one thing to you. I didn't really research this though, but Brunson. First of all, I don't give a pass. I give a pass to Brunson. Don't give a pass to Bridges. I think what he did was unacceptable with 0 points at the Lakers game. But I want to add to you. Record-wise, without LeBron James, the record is pretty much the same. But without LeBron James, the Lakers play much better. They play much faster.
Yeah.
And so my question to you is, Brunson's stats offensively has been going down. What about his assists? That's my question to you. I don't. That's why I give Brunson a pass. I give Brunson a pass.
Seconds.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to do a show on Mikel later. We're going to see if you're going to give Mikel a pass.
Nah. Well, he can.
No, I like it. I like the stats that you came with. I like that. This is what I want to promote. You guys doing research and coming with the stats and the facts. I love it. That's great. Great call, brother. I appreciate you, man. And I'm going to make sure I update your contact. Because I had you. I know you called before, but I just couldn't remember your name. But great call, though. I like it. I love it.
Thank you. And have a good blessed day.
Big time salute. All right. And he actually, you know why I like that call? He actually enhanced my Mikal Bridges argument for later on today. because he talked about Jalen Brunson. What about his assist though? Right? And I'm gonna put that on the screen. He said, what about his assist? Did I close out the window? Hold up. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah, okay, cool. He said, what about Brunson's assists? Brunson's averaging 11 assists. I'm gonna tell you why that's not that important in a second. What's going on, caller? State your name, where you calling from. Let the people know where you calling from.
Oh, how you doing, man? This is Chet, former Harlem guy.
Let's go.
Atlanta person now. Listen.
Okay. Nice.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Big time.
Okay. Yo, listen. All the Knicks got to do is play more defense. They got to look for the open man and just pass the ball, and basically they'll be fine. They got to stay healthy. They got to keep developing their bench, because that's the advantage. See, we almost made it to the finals last year without a bench. Can you imagine if we keep developing the bench, especially guys like Alvarado? I mean, everybody on the team is really good. So basically, all we have to do is pass the ball, look for the open man. You know, Brunson's the target. And what Cat's got to do is stop falling for the referees, because they set him up to get out. Okay? What the commissioner needs to do is improve their referees, because the referees are setting up Cat right now to foul out. Okay? Believe that when I tell you. And that's why we can beat Oklahoma. It showed last week. We probably would have won if they didn't overturn that Obanavi, OG Obanavi. That we would have had the ball. We was up by 1. All we had to do was just we probably would have won, and we can beat them. We could beat anybody in the NBA. You could see it. We got more than what we need to have. You know, everybody on that team. All they got to do is put their heads together and watch them old 73 and 72 Knick tapes on how they distributed the ball to the open man. And guess what? Everybody gets developed, and we will win a title this year. Okay? So what do you think about that, my brother? And God bless. That's all I got to say.
I pray. I'm praying, brother. But thank you, man. Big time salutes to you. I appreciate it, brother. And yeah, I'm gonna respond. Big time salute.
Okay. God bless and take care and keep up the good work, fam. You'll hear from me again. All right.
Got you. I'm gonna save your contact as well.
Thank you, my brother. New York's in the house. Hey, look, I'm a retired officer from New York.
Oh, nice.
Look. I was born in Harlem, went to Catholic school on 3rd Avenue. I was a cop like my dad, and
nice.
Several members of the family. We did stuff for the community. You know, it ain't like how it is today. And guess what? I'm in Atlanta now, and I love Atlanta. And most people from New York are there now too. And from
of course, I know like 6 people.
Remember one thing. The Knicks can do it. All they got to do is keep developing their bench. We got time. All right, pass that ball a little more, and Cat to stop falling into the referee's trap and just get down court and play some defense and show him what you work. And he needs to get in the gym over the summertime and build them muscles up like Michael Jordan did when Isaiah and all them were dogging him out. Cat needs to go in the gym over the summer and put some muscles on that body, because he's an all-time great. He's going to be fine. He has to
Big time salute.
Okay, man. God bless, brother.
I got you, man. Big time.
All right. One.
All right. Big time salute to my man from Harlem to Atlanta. I appreciate him and what he was saying. I do disagree with the more we've been playing defense and we've been passing the ball, bro. I'm gonna do a show this weekend on Brunson's playmaking and ball movement, because a lot of people think that we have a ball movement problem. We've been passing the ball a lot more. I think that's part of the problem. I'm keeping it real. I think that's part of the problem. We're passing the ball so much that guys are scared to shoot. These guys are scared to shoot. And I feel as though something's got to give. We got to balance this out. And Brunson, you can't talk about Brunson because in the last 5 games, he's averaging 11 assists. What more do you want? You know, now his turnovers are slightly more, but that's just what he's been doing. And as far as the defense, how much more defense can you get? We've been number 1 for the last 20-something games. Like, what more could we do? They're doing that. The problem is the offense. That's where the problem is. We're not getting enough bench scoring. He talks about developing the bench. He's right about that. He's right about developing the bench. By the way, like Detroit, man. Listen, man, I love Detroit, man. Some of the people from Detroit, but nah, man, we can't do it today, family. We can't do it today. Keep the calls coming. Oh, before I take more calls, this is what I want to do. We got to get the likes up. Continue to smash that like button. You know what I mean? We cook it with hot grease. I got to get into that game. Okay, I got to get into that game, and I will. But we got a favorable schedule, man, and I think we're going to be okay. I do think we're going to be okay. Continue to smash that like button. Let me see who else is in the building as we get these likes up. 100 like minimums over here. Not to be confused with the maximum. There's a big difference, okay? Randu, I see you. I see you. Angie, I see you, Angie. Big time salute. Oh, man, OKF Nation in here. Pretty strong. By the way, if you are a channel member, okay, you need to get inside the Discord server, okay? It's very vital. We're going to be talking tonight. I do got another show planned tonight as well. We'll be talking about Mikal Bridges, right? I think that, you know, we may have to revisit how we feel about Mikal. We'll talk about that tonight. And I'm going to be returning some calls. So if I miss your call, I will call you back.
Hello.
What's going on? June in the building, man. Talk to me. How you feeling today?
Karan, you the best. First thing, let's say that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
About the Knicks, though, they not the best. This is my least favorite team that has been presented to us in the last 2 to 3 years. I don't believe in this team like the way I believed in any other team prior to this year. They had me believing. When I hear somebody say that we're going to be all right, I think to myself, what have we done this season to prove that we're going to be all right? We can't draw off what we did last season because it's a different team. We're using our bench. We got a different coach. Again, I said this before about the identity. We ain't got one. We don't have – I always said we were soft even with Thibodeau, but because he was a little tougher, the guys who take on that personality of their coach, they were a little tougher. I don't know Mike Brown personally, and I don't mean to talk nonsense about him. It don't seem like he has that in his moxie, and therefore the team don't really gravitate towards that. There's no reason for me to believe that they could beat OKC. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to believe that they could beat OKC or obviously Detroit. I really don't know what these, I guess, extra optimistic fans are thinking by thinking we're going to do something we haven't shown already this year. Again, I ain't going off of last year, bro. This is not the same team, not the same personality. I told you this before. I'm going to go back to that. Brunson is not the same dude he's been in the last 2 to 3 years. I've always criticized his passing because I always felt like as a point guard, he's at probably an average to maybe a little bit above average passer. And he is passing the ball a lot now. I have noticed, though, like it seems like when he's passing the ball a little too much, it seems like he'll take a shot, like an ill-advised shot or two. Like he got to get his. I love Brunson. He ain't on the table as far as criticizing too much. I'm just being honest about that. And obviously, other players are going to feel some type of way about that if what I'm saying is true. You know, maybe what I'm saying is just from a fan's perspective, and I don't know what's going on in that locker room, but we go back to that too. I don't think they like each other. I don't even think they like this coach that much, Mike Brown. I don't think he commands the kind of respect that that team, that conglomerate of players needs to have for a coach in order to really try hard and work hard. It doesn't seem like they can bring it for 4 quarters. Wire-to-wire wins, I mean, we've had, I guess, a couple of those, but not enough. We don't have enough of that. We've lost to some pretty bad teams. If you want to go ahead and be a conspiracy theorist and say we lost to the Pacers and to the Wizards so that way we could affect their draft positioning, I mean, if you want to say that, I would be like, okay, maybe that's the case. However, I don't feel like that, and I don't think anybody else really should. If that was the grand plan, losing to the Pacers the way we did, losing to the Wizards and any other team you could think of that might be just tanking.
Really quickly, we only lost to the Pacers. I don't think we lost to the Wizards, but we did lose to the Pacers.
I believe we did. I do believe we lost to the Wizards.
No, because we played Washington one time, and then did we? No, we beat them. No, we smacked them twice. Yeah, we definitely smacked them twice. Yeah.
Pardon me for miscommunicating that, but I know that we lost to other bad teams. I don't come, I guess, fully with the research.
Yeah, we did. We lost to Indiana. We lost to Atlanta when they was under 500, and we lost to what else we lost to? Dallas. We lost to Dallas.
I was at that game
somebody
too.
Else. Oh,
we lost at home to Dallas. Anyway, I honestly feel like this team is. I could see the ceiling, and it's a hard ceiling, a drop ceiling. That's metal. It's straight metal, steel metal, and it's second round out. That's as high as we're gonna go with the current group of players, the attitude of the players, commensurate to the coach. I can't, and I'm just being honest. I've been an Knicks fan for a long time.
I respect it. it. But look, man, I got some more call. I'm gonna say this. I appreciate your call, and you were cooking for the most part with OKC. I can't say there's no way I'm gonna guarantee we're gonna beat OKC. I can't do it. But Detroit, yeah, you went too far with Detroit. We're not even gonna see Detroit.
Come on.
You went too far. We're not even gonna see them. Trust me, we're not even gonna see them because now you're falling for the regular season Kool-Aid now. Don't let the regular season get you hyped. A team, there's only been 2 teams in NBA history to win a championship with a core that hasn't won a playoff series before. That's Detroit. This team won 17 games just 2 years ago. We can't just crown these guys the best.
I understand what you're saying, but this is how I feel. Yeah. Now we're talking about the refs giving the respect to a team because they haven't been there before. But for all intents and purposes, what we've seen in intensity this year and the blowout victories that they just wire-to-wire caused on us, I mean, there is no reason, again, I can't go off of last year. There is no reason to believe that history is going to help the Knicks against Detroit. There's no reason for me to believe that.
I got you, brother, man. Thank you, June. I appreciate you, man. I look forward to your next call, man. Big time salute, man.
Peace,
I'm still, grateful for you holding me down during the 24-hour show, man. Big time.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
All right, salute. It's my man June calling up. I'm not mad at his lack of belief because this team has shown us reasons to not believe. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. He has a point there. What's going on, Hakeem in the building? He hung up. Okay. Call back, Hakeem. Not sure if that was me or you. But that's my one call back. Okay, cool. We'll see if he calls back. If he doesn't, I do want to touch on. Okay, he's back. Hakeem, what's going on, family?
Yo, Objective, what's up, man? Appreciate you. We just got disconnected.
Yeah, it's all good. I figured that, and I knew you would call right back, man. What's going on? Where you want to go, family? Talk to me.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off the last call, right? Okay, so your boy. Okay, the call before that. I'm actually at work right now, but I have a few minutes.
Okay, go ahead. I know.
Your boy, OG that called from Atlanta, right?
Oh yeah.
He said I agreed with everything that he said, and I think one of the biggest things that he said that people are not talking about, what I'm gonna say, Towns does need to get in the gym, right? He has a great skill set. I love that he could shoot the 3 and he could get it off quick. I'm concerned about Towns' lower body strength, right? I really want him to, because sometimes when Towns goes up, especially the last game against the Clippers, we had to hold our breath for a couple of seconds. On Towns drives, they are very scary at times.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dramatic. They're very scary. When he missed that dunk and he muffed the ball and the ball hit the rim, when he fell down, and then even 2 drives after that, I was like, yo, this dude is. We need you. We're 20 games in left for the playoffs. That was scary. You are playing right now with a real season-ending injury. So, that's something that obviously we're already in the midst of about to enter the playoffs. So there's nothing he could do about it now. But moving forward, I want Towns to just take his time on some of those drives. One thing that OG from Atlanta said was that he said that, we have time, get the bench right. No, we don't have time. This is the reason I called you. When I called you yesterday, Objectively, you made a very solid point after I got off the phone when I was talking about some of the drafting history about the team. And you said, you know what, we're a high market team. And then the teams that I mentioned as of who rebuilt it and started from the ground up, those are not high market teams. And they don't have the kind of pressure that New York has to get a championship. Our time is now. We don't have any time. We got 20 games left.
Time.
We have no more time. So, as far as Towns, I'm concerned about his drives and him taking his time and not ending his season with a bad injury. But as far as that concerned with your last caller, I could understand his frustration. And like you said, we're not going to give Detroit nothing that they haven't earned. They might have earned a little in-season respect, but when it comes to the playoffs, we got to see where they stand. We got to see if they're serious or not, because we know what Brunson's going to do in the playoffs. We know what the Knicks are going to do in the playoffs. We know what they're going to do. We don't know what Detroit's going to do. And let's not forget, Detroit, y'all are on a 4-game losing streak. Or y'all were on a 4-game losing streak.
Before they beat the Nets.
Do that. Yeah, before you beat the Nets. And we're not even going to talk about that because that's the Nets. Okay?
Right.
So, they got their own problems in Detroit. Let them deal with what they got to deal with. We're going to deal with what we got to deal with. And right now, we need to buckle up and we need to tighten up. But anyway, Objective, I appreciate you. No talk.
Big time.
I got to get back to work.
No doubt, man. Have a good day at work. Salute.
I appreciate you.
All right. I figured a lot of y'all at work. So I know during the daytime, the calls may not come. Even though sometimes the calls still call in because you guys don't care. Y'all going to call in no matter what. But if you are at work and you can't call in, but you still want to contribute to the conversation, you could always send in a donation and I will treat it in place of a call and I will respond to it. Okay. So I know I trust me. I get it. Because I used to, the last time I had a job, I was I used to listen, I was able to like be on my phone and have my headset, whatever. So I just would listen to stuff just to get me through the, through the time. You know what I mean? It was, you want to have something to pass through the time. But yeah, 646-995-8389. I do want to get into the Utah Jazz game. And also to respond to June, he said to the people that think we're gonna be all right. I'm talking about during this stretch. This 8-game, 9-game stretch, I think we're going to do well. After that, we got to see. But during this stretch, I do think we're going to do well. That's really what I was talking about, June. I wasn't saying that, the postseason. I'm confident we're going to win a championship. I'm still confident about the Eastern Conference matchups. I just need to see what Boston's going to be. That's why I'm doing my homework on them to really see if Tatum is going to be there. Brown showed a mental lapse last night, arguing with the refs. And, that type of behavior can get you beat in a playoff series, 100,000%. So I wanted to get into more about the game tonight. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. There was an article I wanted to go to. And, you know what? I'll put this on the screen. Then I'm just going to do my breakdown. So, look. Tonight's game, I don't really... I'm not guaranteeing to win. I'm not. We should win. I'm not guaranteeing it. But I will say this. We could either win by 60, like literally 6-0, or it could be a 2-point game. That's the kind of vibe it is tonight. It's kind of like... I don't know. It's like a mystery to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know what type of Knicks team we gonna get, because the defensive slipping that one game against the Clippers concerns me a little bit, because that's the first time we've seen chinks in the defensive armor since the Detroit loss. So let me see. There was something in this article I wanted to quote. I didn't want to read the whole article. Rebuild of Utah. They had something in here. Well, they got the injury report. But it was some in here they had that I thought was okay. ESPN gives the Jazz 13.5% chance to win. That's a little higher than what I'm comfortable with. But one man's toxic sludge is another man's potpourri. It's tough to say it out loud that your team needs to be as bad as possible, but this is more about the future survival in the brutal Western Conference. So this is a fan who's talking about the Jazz and, you know, his thoughts on the game. But it was something in here that he said. I'm mad I don't remember where it's at. I just read too many damn articles. They start to look the same to me. Closing lineup. Bryce, yo, this kid right here, Bryce Sensabaugh. Kid is nice, bro. They got another kid too. This kid, Blake Henson. Hold on, let me. This is, you know what? This is why I like doing the scouting reports, because every time I do a scouting report, I get a new, at least 2 to 3 players to watch. I'm telling y'all right now, the Utah Jazz have really good young talent across the board, bro. They got so much talent. I would say that they got talent at all 5 positions, bro. Young talent. Dudes you never heard of unless you remember them from college. In my 82 Nights journal. Oh, wait, by the way, this is what I'm looking at. I'm in here right now. There's a section in here called Players to Watch. All right? So you could go get the copy of Game Night, the playoff edition. That's out right now for pre-order. But this is where I'm at. There's a section called Players to Watch. It's my favorite section of the journal. I go there, and every time I see somebody, I just write it down. And my thing is, in the next couple of years, I'm going to come back to my Players to Watch to see where these players actually go. Do they just become regular dudes? Or do they become, superstars? But anyway, Blake Henson, the reason why I added him to my list is because he's a 3-point sniper. He can shoot off the dribble. He could get a bucket in many ways. And he's 6'8". 6'8". Yeah. I like players that size. So he's somebody who has the size and the bucket getting ability. I didn't even know he was that height, because when I first watched the game, it was on my phone. So sometimes when you watch games on the phone, guys don't look as big, right? But then I went to his, the stats and the, because on NBA.com you could watch the get the bio and stuff like that. I'm like, holy cow, this dude is 6'8". Like, what the hell? Thought he was like 6'4". But he plays like he's 6'4", but he's 6'8". Yeah, talent. Anyway, nonetheless, the New York Knicks are a minus 12.5. Okay, well, they opened at a minus 12.5. The spread right now is minus 13.5. So Vegas has us as a very strong favorite. Now, let me get back into research. Now, Vegas, they don't like to lose money, but they've been losing money on the Knicks the last couple of games, because the last 2 games we were the favorite to win. So that really doesn't mean crap, right? In the grand scheme of things. But usually I trust Vegas enough to be in the ballpark most nights. So for whatever reason, they're picking us to get a double-digit blowout win. I'm not as confident. I think that is a 50-50 chance we get a blowout win. I do think there's a great chance we win. I think the most probable outcome is a Knicks win. I can't see us. I got the game being played in my head, right? Because I watched the Jazz. I've seen a lot of Jazz games because they've been coming up. The Jazz and the Wizards have been coming up a lot in my scouting report. So I just watched them a lot, and they got these guys that are just really talented, man. And I honestly think that the Utah Jazz are going to be fire next year, because they could take like 7 of these guys. Let me see if I can give you some names. Hold on. All right, I'm going to go to their depth chart. Go to the depth chart. Maybe that might not do the job. All right, cool. Let's stick to the depth chart. Okay. So right now, George's day-to-day. If George doesn't play this game, Keontae George, make sure you guys can see that. Let me scroll down some. If Keontae George doesn't play today, that's a clear tank move because he's somebody that could go off for 25 on any given night. I'm keeping it real. Cody Williams, he's okay. He's a hustle man. He does what he has to do. He could play the guard spot. He's a big guy. He's like, what, 6'6", 6'7". John Konkar is out, so he's not going to be there. Mad injuries. Marketing's not there. Jaren Jackson Jr. is not there. All their guys are there. Nurkic is not there. Wes Kessler is not there. So they going straight bench dudes. Their entire starting foundation is gone. So all of these bench dudes get a lot of run. Now, Kyle Flipkowski, my man out of Duke, very crafty. Okay, very crafty. They got a very interesting team. Then they got Kevin Love on the bench. And he kind of just comes in and, he's just trying to play. He's trying to just, wind down his career. How many of you guys, keep it real, you guys may have forgotten that Kevin Love was even still in the league, man. Anyway, but this is their rotation. And this kid, too, Elijah Harkless has some good games. This can't remember he's 6'3". He has some good games. He's there. Henson is a good defender. Harkless is an all right defender as well. Collier is the man. This kid Collier is nice, boy. Man, Utah's going to have to make a decision because this kid right here, I think he really got some game to him. 6'4", point guard. Get buckets, could do whatever. Watch him tonight. Now, maybe the Knicks might shut him down. I don't know. Because the Knicks could literally just shut him down or he could just go off and get like 25 and 10. Like, he's somebody that could get 25 and 10 on any given night. Bucket getter. Prolific off the screen. Sidestep threes. Can do it all. I mean, downhill drive. I mean, the brother is talented, bro. He is really nice. Right? But Keontae George has been the man for this team. And since I'm here, let me give some. I didn't even mean to start here, but sometimes I like to start different ways. Let me go to my Utah Jazz scouting report. Got so much stuff over here. So I'm on scoring right now. I'm on the individual players. Let me give you the key guys in the last 10 games. So Keontae George is the #1 guy. He's a daytime. That's what I'm saying. If Keontae does not play tonight, this is a tank job. Just let's look at it like this. Keontae doesn't play, the Knicks probably going to blow them out by 30. I think it's safe to say that. Yeah, it's safe to say that because they ain't trying to win tonight. If Keontae's playing, they trying to come out to play. All right. But he's been averaging 24 points, okay, for them in the last 10 games. He's been their primary scorer. And that 24 points, of course, only comes in 5 games, but it's in 27 minutes. Yeah. Collier is their second highest scorer. He's averaging 17.9 points in the last 10 games. He played approximately in the last 10 game run. He's played 8 of the games. And he's averaging 17.9 and 6.6, mostly off the bench when George starts. They keep him and George apart. I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's defensive reasons. I don't know. But I don't think they're both bad defenders. I just wouldn't consider them good defenders. Then Ace Bailey, he averaging 16.2 points per game. He's actually a game time decision, by the way. No, I'm wrong. They made the decision that he'll play tonight. That's the article I had. That's the latest update on him. Hold on. Yeah. They made a decision to play him because he's also been dealing with some stuff in recent days. So yeah, Ace Bailey, he's averaging 16.2. He plays the 2 guard. Yeah, he plays the 2 guard, and I think he's 6'9". The Ace Bailey's 6'9". Yeah, he's 6'9", 200 pounds. He's a 2 guard. So, you're talking about size on the floor. How will we be able to deal with this size? Bailey is somebody who had, what game was that? He had like 20 in the first half. I'm going to try to find that game because I wrote it down. He had 20 in the first half against somebody. He finished with his career high 32 points. Trying to think who that was. That was against the Washington Wizards. Oh, damn. Yeah, it seems like everybody picking on the damn Washington Wizards, yo. He had his career high, 32 points. He also set his career high for threes with 7. I'm not sure if that's a Jazz record. I got to look to see if that's a Jazz record, 7 threes. It just doesn't seem like it was a Jazz record. I saw somewhere that was a Utah Jazz 3-point record. That's kind of crazy if it is. 7 threes? That's nothing. But I would have to look into that. But yeah, I think he had like 22 in the first half, 21 in the first half. So yeah, he's somebody who he gets buckets and he gets them in bunches too. And he uses his height. So if that's Brunson's assignment, yeah, Brunson, it could be something there. I mean, Brunson may have to be prepared because these young bulls are going to bring it to him. Now, Brunson's defense has been way better as of recent. He's been getting some good stops. He's been drawing charges, but these young bulls are going to challenge him for sure, 100,000%. Then Bryce Sensabaugh, the guy I was telling you about, he's averaging 16 a game in the last 10 games. He played all 10 games. All right, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's not shooting that well from the field, but he did have a couple of games where he was very efficient. So you got to watch him for sure. He's coming in the game. He's jacking them up. Kyle Flipkowski, like I said, my man from Duke, right? He's averaging 15 and 9.1 rebounds in the last 10 games. He's played all 10 games, okay? And, he's even shooting the 3-ball, only at 33%, but he is a threat to stretch the floor. I watched him at Duke. That's what he did. So, he could be a pick and roll nightmare. All right? Pick and pop, because he pops too. So, depending on who has that assignment, you better be out there because he could light you up. I've seen him do it. So Kalia is the primary playmaker. George is the primary scorer. Flipkowski anchors stuff. And Utah, they very guard oriented, all the things that they like to do. They create all their action, all their momentum. Most of their scoring comes from the perimeter. So you got to be able to deal with that wing stop. The perimeter defense has to be in effect tonight. All right. But they're just very inconsistent. They're a team that thrives on chaos. Okay. That's how they operate. Now, the first game, we smacked them. Marketing played that game. He was on Smash. I think this was the game when they had 41 points fourth quarter. They were up like 20. Is this the game they was up 28-0? Yeah, we was up 23. In the first game, this is why I'm saying we could win by 60. In the first game when they had their guys, we was up 23-0. And this was like the biggest lead since the NBA kept track of this stat or something crazy like that. It was wild. Like we was up 23-0. They couldn't score. Right. And I think it was their bench was the first ones to come in to score this game. Right? I didn't take a lot of notes this game because once I saw that, I was like, yeah, there's not much to really keep track of. I'm not wasting my time writing all this crap down. But we beat them really dominantly the first time we saw them. That's why, it could go that way again. I just don't know. These young bulls, they come into play. I'm telling you right now. They are coming to play, and, we can't take this team lightly. I think that would be a big, big mistake if we do. Make sure we good. All right. I got more, but continue to smash that like button so I can continue. Big time salute to my man Tugboat Taylor. I see you in the place to be, Tugboat. Remember, you got multiple callbacks, Tugboat. I got you, family. Just let me know when you want to use them. All right. AP, like he said, we got to get the likes up. All right. 100 likes is the minimum. It is not the maximum. So please continue to smash that like button. Melody says easy to be forgotten, but you play for Utah. Oh, God. All right. Just make sure I'm good on my stuff here. Okay, cool. We good. All right, yeah, we cooking with hot grease today. I'm gonna give you the particulars with this game. Unfortunately, I have to do a scouting report on the goddamn Utah Jazz. But you know, I like to watch basketball, so it's all good. It's all good. But continue to smash that like button. Okay. I got more. Let me go to NBA.com. They're a team that likes to thrive in chaos. I'm gonna tell you why I say that in a second. This is based off what I saw in watching this team. But I'm gonna go to thing. Let's see. Knicks 4. All right. So we won the 4 out of the last 5 games against the Jazz. So, you know, we've been pretty successful of in terms of our games against them. So holy cow, what the hell is this? Right, yeah, this is the 23-0 start. Okay. Well, let me yeah, I wanted to go here. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. Like I said, none of these guys will be there. Jaren Jackson's not going to be there. Okay. Keontae George might also not be there, but this is just a glimpse of what we do overall. Notice how the Jazz 29.5 assists a game. It's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Anyway, let me get back to where I want to be at because I want to talk about the chaos of the Jazz offense. Okay, and so some of the things that you need to do against the Utah Jazz is, well, it's a couple of things you need to do against the Utah Jazz. The first thing I would say is don't turn over the ball because they turn over the ball at a high rate. In the last 10 games, let me get this. In the last 10 games, the Utah Jazz, okay, they have given up, and this is opponent fast break points, 19.1 points a game. But guess what? They were getting 21.9 points off turnovers. So this team plays very fast. I think overall they're 5th in pace. So they have to maximize possessions. One way they do it is by attacking hard on makes. 2, but really misses transition. They out. Beep, beep. That's how Utah's getting offense. Against, let me see if I could pull that, who that was. That was Milwaukee or Denver? No, that was Denver. So they lost to the Denver Nuggets. They scored 125 points against the Denver Nuggets just by doing what I just said. Points off turnovers, shooting the 3 ball, and really attacking them when they get a rebound and when they get misses. Okay? So it's going to be very important tonight to win the possession. I know you can say it's important every night, but they thrive off chaos. Their mid-range game is suspect. Missing in action is not really good at all. So you can't fall victim to what they want you to do. You have to keep them at bay. The turnovers are a big deal for the Knicks, and that's what I was trying to find. My notes, because I wrote down all the turnovers they had in recent games. And so, hold on. This is what I'll do. I'll go to Basketball Reference. So I'm going to show you what the Knicks have been doing in recent games, okay? And why this concerns me. Let me go to the right year. All right. Not that we're going to lose, because every time we get a lot of turnovers, it doesn't mean that we're going to lose. But at the same time, it's just, you don't want to turn over the ball. Look at what the Knicks have been doing. I told you this team is one of the league leaders in the last 10 games in points off turnovers, right? 20 turnovers against the Clippers. 19 turn. And by the way, the Clippers play the same way the Jazz kind of play. You see how the Clippers try to attack us on misses and turn us over? That's exactly how Utah plays. Same exact kind of concept. Except they don't got Kawhi. Lakers, not a great defensive team at all. Mid pack. The Lakers are like mid in forcing turnovers. And they forced 19 turnovers. Okay, hold on. Am I looking at the wrong? I'm in the wrong stat. Yeah. Okay, 19 turnovers, right? So the last 2 games, we've been turning over the ball like crazy. But look at what happens when we protect the ball against Denver. 11 turnovers, we win. We didn't give Denver nothing. I think Denver only had, what, like 5, 6 fast break points? Let me see if I wrote that down. I don't feel like pulling up. I think they only had like 5 or 6 fast break points. They didn't have that many. Then we go to Oklahoma City, right? 14 turnovers, more than the 13.5 average, a little bit more than our average. Anytime we get more than 13 turnovers, and I'm going to give you a stat on that really quickly. By the way, D from LA, I'm going to get to you in a second. I just want to finish doing this breakdown really quickly. I'm not going to spend that much more time on the breakdown because realistically, I mean, it's the Utah Jazz. But anytime we get more than 13.5 turnovers in the game, we are 16 and 15. No, scratch that. We are 16 and 16, a 500 team. That's why I keep telling y'all it's a 50-50 chance that this game will be close. Like, we got to pull it out down the stretch or we're going to blow them out. It's because of turnovers, man. When we turn the ball over, we become a 50-50 team. Okay? So even though it wasn't a lot, it still was more than our average. In Toronto, 18 turnovers, but we won this game. So the Knicks have been turnover prone these last couple of games. And you got to be careful because this team depends on turnovers. If they don't force turnovers, the offense slows down tremendously. All right. But on the flip side, we need to run on them. Hopefully they got their legs under them because if we could run on them the way we usually do, because the Knicks, if this makes you feel better, the Knicks, we average 18.3 points off turnovers, but we're only giving up. Well, no, we're giving up 17.2, but I was going to get to the fast break points. The Utah Jazz average 19.1 fast break points. Well, I'm sorry. Well, the opponents get 19.1 fast break points on Utah. So we need to run on them. Okay. All right. But the Utah Jazz themselves also get 19.4 turnovers. That's a plus 3.7. They've been playing pretty fast. All right. But the opponent fast break points is the key stat to me for the Knicks at 10.9. All we got to do is get back in transition. Don't let this team run us out the building. It is very important. All right. Now the paint is a major problem for the Jazz. All right. Utah allows 51.4 paint points. We got to dominate the paint, Mitchell Robinson. We got to dominate the paint, Karl-Anthony Towns. Right? We need to attack and put pressure on the paint. We have to. This team gives up just too much points. 50 points in the paint for us is magic. Let me give you the stat on that really quickly. Anytime we get 50 points in the paint or more, get that really quickly. Oh, damn. How did I do this? Sorry. 2 seconds to get this paint points. Okay. Anytime we get more than 50 paint points a game, we are 22. I'm sorry. No, we're at 19 and 6. Anytime we get under that mark, we're at 22 and 19. But when we get over that mark, we're 19 and 6. So we can dominate. If we could dominate the paint, we could easily win this game against the Utah Jazz. They, you know, it's just too easy. Teams are just. I seen it with my own eyes. Like teams just walk in the paint against Utah. They don't really got the rim protector without having Jaren Jackson there and Kessler and Nurkic. No rim protection. Right? We should blow them out again. To be honest, like we really should. And it's a shame that I don't even want to guarantee the goddamn blowout. But that's a whole nother topic. Let me see. The rebounding matchup is kind of crucial as well. In the last 10 games, Utah has been plus 0.9 on the glass. They're solid. They're 12 offensive rebounds a game on the season. The problem is the Knicks in our last 10 games, the offensive rebounding is down. Now, we did see some resurgence recently, but we're averaging 11 offensive rebounds. So the key factor here is we got to dominate the offensive glass just in case, especially if we're not having the greatest shooting night. But defensive rebounds, they are one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in basketball. We have to secure the glass and stop possessions. And don't give them second chance threes because that's all they're going to shoot. They get the offensive rebound. They're going to get a lot of second chance threes. I think they had like 55 rebounds against the Warriors. And they beat the Warriors. So you don't want to let this team be prolific and strong on the glass. It could come back to bite you. Then they even though they lost to Milwaukee, they gave Milwaukee a fight. It was a close game into the fourth quarter. Utah had 60 rebounds. So this team has been somehow, no, it's not somehow, they've been gang rebounding. It's not just one guy. They all try to rebound, all the guards, all the wings, and the goal is to run. So they prioritize rebounding because their offense is not good, and that gives them opportunities in transition, right? So, and then them being strong on the offensive glass as well gives them second chance opportunities to try to hit more threes. Okay, now this team, like I showed you, like you can see it on the screen. Let me make sure you guys can see it still. No, you can't. Let me go back so you guys could see it. And then after this point, I'll take some calls. But get back where I was. All right. So you see here on the screen the Utah Jazz 29.5 assists. On the season, their assist percentage is 70. They're a -5. They're down to 65% assist percentage. But this team still is capable of moving the ball. So they play team basketball. All of that team stuff, that's what they try to play. They try to move the ball, swing the ball, fast ball movement, fast swinging, fast action, always attacking, get the ball, get in transition, try to get the defense off balance. That's exactly how Utah tries to play. A lot of ball movement and passing, but the passing has gone down. You know why? Because Keontae George does a lot of isolation, more isolation. Kyle Lear as well. They scoring a little bit more in isolation. Bryce Sensabaugh, Henson, all these guys, making some tough shots, not really looking to pass out and spread the ball like they were. So that's why the assist percentage is down a lot. -5 is a lot. And in terms of the Knicks assist percentage, we're also down from where we were the last time we looked at it. We're down to 68.6, but we're still right under 70, and the Knicks still are moving the ball despite how you believe or what you believe. Okay. 29 assists in the last 10 games for the Knicks. The ball is moving. 14.9 turnovers in the last 10 games for the Knicks is unacceptable. That's why we're a 500 team. Makes sense. Well, 6-4, but 6-4, 5-5 is right there. Turn over the ball less, the better we do. It's really that simple. Like, so when I say you guys watch basketball, I watch numbers. This is exactly what I'm talking about. As far as 3-point percentage, this team also, like the Clippers, are shooting better from 3. Last 10, 39.2% from 3. Okay. That's a plus 1.8. You see that right there? Okay, you see that right there? On the season? Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. No. I'm wrong. My bad. Their attempts is up 39.2. Their percentage is down. My bad. They're not shooting the 3 ball. They're shooting more threes, but they're not shooting it as well. So my bad on that. So this could be an advantage. If we could keep the Jazz below 36%, we should be fine. And there's more, but that I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I think those are the key elements to the game: the rebounding, the protecting the ball, 3-point defense, communication. They're gonna have to talk. They're gonna have to communicate. They're gonna have to continue to move the ball. They're gonna have to do a lot of these things to keep the Utah Jazz at bay. Okay. We good. So guys, make sure you guys continue smashing that like button. All right, we cooking with hot grease. I just gave you the breakdown on the Utah Jazz. Continue to smash that like button, though. We're almost at 100. We got to continue to get the likes up. Let's get to 100 likes, man. Mandatory. I'm going to start doing giveaways every time we get to 300 likes. We get to 300 likes, I'm going to start doing giveaways. That's the like. I'm going to add that to the slide. 300 likes, we're going to start giving stuff away. All right? Because that's the goal, that's the target, and we like to reward people for supporting the channel. So continue to smash that like. Let's get us closer to 300. As close to 300 as we can. So I do got some calls. Let's see who's calling. Okay. Bet. I'm going to return calls now, okay? If I miss your call, be on the lookout for the return call. And Detroit, you're banned, by the way. Detroit, you are banned. D from LA, man. Where we going? Let's go.
The Utah Jazz are trying to lose, but they are not losers.
Facts.
They're not losers, but they're trying to lose. But I would I want this game to be one of their hardest fought games this season. Obviously, for my selfish Knicks fandom reasons. I want them to really showcase what they got brewing. They don't, obviously, they still got draft picks that are high draft picks that they're going to get this year.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Jared Jackson Jr. is playing yet. As we discussed in the Discord, I wouldn't be surprised if this team has a 25-30 game flip next season.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because their roster is. I would love for them to show up tonight, though, because I want to see everybody give us their best. You know what I'm saying? I want to see.
It depends. Look, really quick. If Keontae George plays, they're trying to play tonight. If he does not play, yeah, they tanking. Tank job. Just put it like that. It's very simple. George plays. Huh?
Is he questionable right now, or is he?
Yeah, he's there. Yep, he's day to day.
Come on, man.
There you go. That's the league. They want to combat it. Everybody, and also I got you paused, by the way. Jackson, season-ending surgery. Marketing out for the season. Nurkic out for the season.
Hold up. Come on. What am I talking about?
Yes, they all not gonna be there. That's what I'm
Come on. Oh, come on. And
yes.
Yeah, tripping, man.
Yes. And look, George has an illness. Come on, dog. I'm not feeling well today.
I really woke up to this. Yo, that's that. I woke up really looking forward to this game. What? I knew Jared Jackson wasn't playing, and I know they've been on and off with Keontae. Come on. Yeah.
You know why? D? Because Keontae balling, yo, he averaging 25 a game.
Right. So they're trying to
in the last 10.
He's messing up the plan.
Bingo. They scored 125 points against the Denver Nuggets and could have won the game. Yeah.
That's why they got fined. That's why they got fined when they pulled their players in the fourth quarter.
Bingo.
Yeah. But I didn't know it was this bad though. Come on, man. Oh no, this is bad. That's ugly. That's ugly. Oh man, I look forward to.
That's why we're not gonna do no post game. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I was looking for the wrong thing because I was looking at we lost to the Lakers, we lost to the Clippers. Those are teams that are still at least trying to contend, right?
Right.
Okay. And I'm like looking at the Jazz. I'm like, this is actually one of the games I'm looking forward to the most because they're young, they have the talent, they just don't want to win. But I would love for them to give us their best. But I guess I was wrong. Golly.
Yeah. That's what we're dealing with tonight. But hold on, really quickly. I told you though, those kids, Henson. Sensabaugh, their cats is playing ball. Yeah. Collier.
He's a beast, bruh.
Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, I'm warning y'all. I gave y'all the players. Just wait tonight when y'all watching the game. Though you can't say you don't know who these guys are. I told you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that they got Markin and Andrew Jackson out for the rest of this.
Yes.
Yo, man, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. I really thought I was calling in for a good review. Oh, good God. Hell nah. That's terrible.
So I'm saying we could win by 60 or win by 2. Like, it's
if we
really like
if we don't win by 85, we're failing. Come on. They just
I hear you.
Yo, low key, we might get to play for the Jets today. Low key.
Right.
That's crazy. Man, I'm a holler. That's disappointing. That's so disappointing.
I see you.
No,
All right, big time. Yeah, man, that's what we dealing with today, man. Hey, you know, what do you want me to do, man? All I could do is deliver. I had to do the goddamn scouting on the goddamn Utah Jazz. And don't y'all feel bad for me? I had to go watch this stuff. But, you know, that's what we're dealing with right now. I think the game really matters if Keontae plays or he doesn't play. I think that would be the defining moment for, you know, what to expect out of Utah. Seriously. You know, but there's other things we're talking about. We're talking about the bench as well. You know, if you guys want to call up, talk about that, you guys could. We also talked about the schedule upcoming and Boston having the toughest schedule. You know, we could talk about what else? If you want to talk about the new sponsor, Blue Air, and all this technology stuff they plan on doing with the Knicks and helping increase or to fortify the Knicks infrastructure to help training with, you know, their products. You know, the bench problem and how it relates to Jalen Brunson and Brunson's increase of minutes. You know, there's things, you know, we're not just talking about the Jazz game. Because if I was just talking about the damn Jazz game, then yeah, y'all probably wouldn't even be here. So continue to smash that like button, man. We do appreciate all the support. We got to get to 100 likes. Big time salute to my man, Jay Rose. I see you, man. He said this might be a good game for the bitch guys. I don't know, yo. We got to see. We got to see. We definitely got to see. NBA is fake. Yo, it does feel like fake. It does feel like it's fake. It really does. Definitely does. Yo, no strays, man. Get a clue, brother. Tugboat. Oh, yeah, I didn't get the Josh Hart. Yeah, Josh Hart. That was actually something to talk about. Honestly, y'all, continue getting the like button. Continue getting the likes up. We got to get to 100, but I'm going to say this about Josh Hart. We shouldn't need Josh. Seriously, though, like, we should not need Josh Hart. And if Josh Hart needs to rest, he should not play tonight. It's really, let Mo Diawara start. Sohan. This is the perfect night to start Sohan. If it doesn't work, just take him out. I want to see Sohan start tonight. Am I tripping, y'all? I think Sohan should get the starting nod, right? If Josh Hart can't go. 100%. I believe that in my heart, mind, body, and soul. All right? What do you guys think about that? Sohan starting. You can't play him with Mitchell Robinson, so, you know, that's a dud. That's not going to work, but, yo, start him. See what he does. If not, start Mo Diawara. Don't start Shamet, because if you start Shamet, then you're not going to have a bench. You know? Whoa, no. I take that back. Nope, I'm wrong. You could start Shamet, but play Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson should get run tonight. Or start Jordan Clarkson. We've seen that before, too. We've seen Jordan Clarkson get the start. He started against, was that Denver? Who did he start against? It might have been against the first Denver game. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. Because Jordan Clarkson started in a big game out of nowhere. And I think we won the game. Let me get that. Or was that Detroit? Can't remember. I could have sworn he started against them. I'm looking at my 82 night series right now. See if I could just find it really quickly. But what do you guys think about Jordan Clarkson starting? No Deuce, no Hart. Clarkson started, yeah. Jordan Clarkson started against the Denver Nuggets, and we won the game. I mean, hey, I don't think you should play Josh Hart. If he can't go, why are we playing him? It doesn't make any sense to me. All right, we're only a couple of likes away from 100, man. Continue to smash that like button. And in the meantime, I'll tell you guys about game night, the playoff edition, man. Listen, all you have to do is hit the link tree, and you can get all the details and pre-order your game night now. Now, look, if you're serious about following the postseason, I created this for you, okay? It's a playoff journal where you can track the bracket, write down your predictions, break down each series, and capture the moments that make the playoffs unforgettable. Don't just watch the playoffs, capture it. You can grab your copy right now. The link is in the description, and it's on the screen. Linktree/TheObjectiveFan. Get your pre-orders now. Okay, it's free shipping. It's on sale. Okay, it's for a limited time, but it also will arrive at your door right before the postseason. And basically, it's the playoff edition to this. All right. I should be getting my copy, what's today? The 11th, I think by next week or something like that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys use it and capture the memories, man. Because 5 years from now, it'll be hard to go do a Google search for certain things, but you could go right into your journal. And also, that's why I do This Week Inside the Knicks, because I want to make it easy for you. You just go 2025. Oh, boof. December, boof. Like, instead of having to, try to search for it, it's all there. And yeah, continue to get them likes up, y'all. So I just had like a daydreaming moment. Okay, there, yeah, we reached the 100 like mark. Big time salute to everybody getting us to the 100 like mark. So I'm looking for Keontae George. I didn't mean to do that again, but round of applause. I'm looking for Keontae George to see what happens with him. Tonight we got the Mikal Bridges show. I'll probably go live. What time is it? 5? Maybe in the next 2.5 hours, we'll do the Mikal Bridges show right before the game. And so I see you guys. And until next time, as always, let's go.